Oh, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I am David. On today's episode, we're gonna install our greenhouse. As you can see, the greenhouse is already up physically, as the structure is. It's just a little metal structure. We've had this greenhouse for a number of years. We got it from our local Tractor Supply, and it's been pretty good to us over the years. As far as the structure itself is concerned, every year we do put new plastic on it and stuff like that, or every few years rather, we do put new plastic and stuff like that on it. But it's time for us to go ahead and break ground and get this done. We're not going to really go too hard on this project. We're going to just keep it very minimal because the greenhouse is just going to be here now so we can get some gardening done this season. Ultimately, it's not going to stay here. It's not going to be on this part of the property. It's definitely going to be somewhere else, not here. But if this does need to be here for a year, maybe even 2 years, depending on everything, money, circumstances, COVID-19, depending on a bunch of different variables, this may have to do maybe one more garden season for us, potentially. So, just want to get some footage. I'm gonna put some. We're gonna build in. I'm gonna build in a 2x4 door. We're gonna put a doorway in it. We're gonna put a new plastic on it. I'm gonna dig down into the ground just a little bit to as a little barrier. I even bought some hardware cloth to do a predator barrier because we do have moles here on the property that tend to get into everything or dig holes everywhere. So we'll see what happens and how far we get into it. Right now, we're gonna go ahead and break some ground though. So we got our little structure here dug in. Just use a little garden hoe and a little pickaxe and just kind of got a little rough squared in. We're gonna go ahead and grab that lumber and we're gonna go ahead and start squaring that lumber in, get it good and decently level. The property has a little bit of a slope, so it has a little slant to it. Not that worried about it, but let's get some lumber out here. Wanted to bring you guys in really quick. My stand broke and I have to take the time to fix it. Not a big deal. Just haven't gotten to it yet. So just wanted to give you guys a close up. This is where we're at. Just dig the trench in, drop some boards down. Got this line up over there. It's looking pretty good. Now we're just going to start on this side here. It's already trenched out, as you can see, but I'm sure it's going to sit high. So I'm going to grab the pickaxe again, just kind of dig a little bit more out, and then get that one to line up. And then we're going to come to the back side, and we're going to get this one to line up. And then that's it. Screw it all together, throw the greenhouse on top, and then start framing the greenhouse out. All right, so this is the greenhouse all framed up. Unfortunately, I lost the footage, or I thought my phone was recording, and it just wasn't recording when we were doing the framing, or when I was doing the framing work for it. Actually, a friend of mine, Joseph, was here helping me. So when we were doing the framing for it, and I thought it was recording and it didn't record. Whatever, not that big of a deal. Just a bunch of 2x4s. Thing looks awesome. My neighbor Heather came over, the one that I'm building a chicken coop for. She came over and painted all of this white for me because she asked, would I do I need any help with anything? And I asked her what she painted her whole chicken coop that I'm building for them. And I was like, hey, would you mind painting this? And so she said, yeah, and she came over and painted it, and it came out sweet. So I'm very happy that we did that because I was not willing to paint it because I just don't want to paint it. But I'm glad that we did do it. It looks awesome. It's done. Next, I have to get some plastic and put it up. Some of that plastic has to go up over there. So the greenhouse is actually done, guys. We put the plastic up. A friend of mine, Joseph, came over and helped me throw the plastic on. I literally just draped it over the entire thing and just stapled it down where it needed to be stapled down. Nothing too spectacular. We took a couple 2x4s and some OSB and made some tables in here, as you can see. We got some broccoli already going that I started inside. Some potatoes over there that I started in that bag right there, obviously, that you can see. And they just grew out of control. Those things are out of control. It's so awesome. And yeah, so the greenhouse is coming along. Got some solar stuff to put up for lighting out here. Got our little buckets, and we're going to go ahead and start planting and seeding. And I'm going to do some videos of me planting the seeds that for our official garden to start. But before I actually start planting seeds, we need to build in the garden. So I think if you're following along in the videos, we got a lot of land cleared. And we wanted to move the greenhouse, but I think we're just going to leave it here for this season. And I think I'm going to put the garden itself from there to maybe 8 feet out this way towards to this way, and So we have to walk through the garden to get into the greenhouse, because later on we're going to set it up all different. But for right now, we need to get some plants going and stuff going, and we'll worry about improving on it all later. But for right now, we need to just keep things moving. So I'm going to put together a fence, a quick little 2x4 fence. We're probably going to paint it white just like this and put some fencing on it, till up the ground a little bit, and start throwing some plants in the ground. But I will video record all of that good stuff. All right, we're going to jump right into the fence. We're going to get right to painting. I got my 2x4 set up. Just going to literally paint them, flip them over, paint them, let them dry, flip them over, and do all the sides. Get them painted white, and we're going to take them over by the garden, over by the greenhouse, and we're going to go ahead and air nail them together, throw some fence on them, so we get a little fenced-in garden set up, and then we're going to get the planting after that. So, but for right now, let's get these painted. All right, everything is painted. We're ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and just lay things on the ground. This ain't gotta be perfect. It ain't gotta be perfectly square. None of that stuff. The 2x4 is all out of whack and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for a garden fence. That's all. A decent garden fence. That's it. So I'm gonna put a square together, and then I'm gonna put some beams in the middle of that square. 2 beams in the middle of that square to give it a little bit more structure. And we're gonna base those beam measurements off the fence that my friend Joseph gave me. And that's it. So wherever that fence may lies, where that 2x4 is going to go in the middle, and we're going to measure that fence out again. Wherever that 2x4 lies, that's where it's going to go. And we're going to put this thing together, put all the sides up, put a door in, and call it done, guys. Let's get started. All right, nice and simple. We're just going to go ahead and put some fence on that. Actually, we got to build 3 more, and then we're going to put the fence on. That's it, guys. So let's keep going. All right, we got all 4 done, as you can see. Now it's just time to put some fence on. That's it. We're going to throw them up, put them together, till up the garden a little bit, plant some seeds, have some fun gardening this season. Pretty excited. Let's keep going. In light of keeping moving, I want to pause for a quick second, do some quick weed whacking to get things cleaned up right here in front of the greenhouse, because we're actually going to put the garden right here in front of the greenhouse. We were going to do it behind the greenhouse, and we're going to cut in the door, but you know, things do change, and this also changed just because the S10s are back there, and those will be on the channel pretty soon too. Some Project S10s. It's a whole nother video for a whole different thing, but they're there, so we're going to put the garden on this side, so we'll walk through the garden to get into the greenhouse, which is fine because this is all just so we can start gardening for this season. We're already late in the season to begin with. We just want to get it done, get it over with, and then next season, hopefully next season, if we have to use it again, we will, and if not, hopefully for next season, we can use the land and put up a big greenhouse and a big garden and all that kind of stuff. But we'll see how the money goes, how time plays. We got to get some kind of tracker at some point in time, and we'll see how all that works out. So for now, let's go ahead and get this cut. All right, so that was simple. Got that weed whacked up. Let's go ahead and jump into the fence. Let's get this done. All right, let's pull you guys off the stand. Let's check it out, guys. It looks really good. I'm very happy with it. A couple spots in the fence, you know, got some bends and some breaks in it. Over here, we got some little, you know, metal bent up and stuff like that. But listen, it was a free fence. That roll was given to me by Joseph, a good friend of mine. And if it's for free, it's for me. He had it laying around. He said, if I can use it, I can have it. So I'm like, well, we'll work with it, and we are working with it. Thank you very much, Joseph. We do appreciate you. And so this is what it looks like, guys. I think it came out pretty sweet. I'm very happy with it, and we got 3 more to do. So let's keep going. Okay, they're all done. Everybody's fenced in. Everybody's looking good. Here's this guy. I had to stand it up, and now that I've stood it up and see how tall it is, it's really tall. And I didn't really think it was going to look that weird, but it looks a little weird, but it should be all right. It'll be fine. But the fence and everything's done. This is empty because it has to go in place right there so that door can swing open. We're going to have to cut this part of the frame out, the 2x4 frame. After we stand it up, we're going to cut it out and just stand it up. But before we get to standing it up, A really good friend of ours, my lady's brother, Nick, owns a tiller and I do not, and he offered to let me use his. He's like, hey, if you want to use mine, just so I don't have to go spend a couple $100 to go buy one right now. And tillers are a great piece of equipment to own, but you only use them a few times, and I'm like, I don't really want to go spend $300-400 on a tiller right now, just to use it once, especially in sight that I'm trying to get a tractor with a tiller and a box blade and grapple buckets and all of that fun stuff. I'd rather put the $500 towards that tractor than put it towards the tiller, and then my tractor comes with one. So that said, he had one. He had just bought it. His garden's done, and he lent it to me to use. And so we're going to move all of this stuff out of the way, and we're going to go ahead and start tilling. Tilling is complete. It came out nice. This thing is a monster. It was a lot of fun to use it. There's a lot of rock in my ground too, so I got to sift the soil a little bit, I think. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. But here's the fence. The lady and I put a couple sections up. I had her hold them while I nailed them up really fast. And the moment they went up, we both realized that this is not going to be enough space for us to garden in. So we're going to take the time, and I'm going to run out and pick up some more 2x4. We're going to paint them white, and we're going to give ourselves another 8 feet, and then we're going to call it a day. And that'll be it for that. We'll till up a little bit more ground, and we're done. And then I'll keep you guys posted for that, and let's go. So we did pick up some more 2x4s and stuff. I ended up going with a 10-foot section. I figured, an extra 2 feet of space would help out instead of doing another 8-foot. I ended up picking up a couple 2x4x10s, and then we just put the standard 8-foot 2x4x8s right in the middle of them all. So we ended up going with that, and we're just going to go ahead and put them up now. That's it. All right, guys, so Shannon's out to come help out. She likes to be a part of all of this too, just as much as she can. We do have 2 little kids. We have a 30-day-old, and we have a 22-month-old. So she can't be out here as much as she wants to, but she does come help out when she can. And right now, I need help with the fence to put them up to make my life a little bit easier. I probably could accomplish it by myself, but just in case, make my life a little bit easier. The kids are down for naps, so we're in. Let's get some work done. All right, guys, as you can see, Shannon and I put the fence up. It's all nailed together. Everything is done. The door is on hinges. Looks good. Do a couple hinges on it. Not a big deal. We're super excited about it. It came out super sweet. I do enjoy the fact that it is tall. At first, I was a little weary about it, but now that it's actually up, I don't mind how tall it is. So we're going to go ahead and get the gardening. That's going to be the completion of our greenhouse and our garden build. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for following along with us. And as always, 2 things, guys. Don't forget to take the time to enjoy what you do. And don't forget, work does not do itself. So don't be afraid to get out there and get after it.